Hello everyone and welcome to RP in Rift. I'm Margot and my character that I'm playing today is Rivka and I'm with Theron.
Hello, everyone.
And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing you the different couple of starting places in Rift where new RPers are apt to find other RPers. So we're going to start here in Argent Glade, which is one of the Guardian starting areas. And we're gonna walk over to the Blunted Quill, which is an in-game tavern. Now this is a Guardian area, and in Rift there are two factions, Guardian and Defiant. How do you like being a Guardian, Theron?
Uh, I like it all right. I don't know that it really impacts me that deeply.
It's true because Guardians and Defiants can be in the same guild together. They can be in the same areas. You know, sometimes you get some guards of the other faction that are hassling you, but most of the places, once you move further on into the game, are for both factions.
Yeah, and the fact that both factions can speak to each other is very nice, especially for RP.
Ah, this is true. So we're going to walk down to the tavern, the Blunted Quill, here in Argent Glade. So you'll see that a lot of characters have what is called a Mary Sue or an RP add-on. And if you click it, you can put different things in here. You can put a description of your character, some meta information, a biography if you're interested in doing that. You can put your current status, gender, height, age, all kinds of things. So Dahakaya says her wings are real and she can fly. And she got those wings through roleplay, through her story. And her wings are actually flaming. They're fire wings. And it says here, she is missing a finger from her left hand. I wonder why. But it's nice to put things like that into your Mary Sue because you can't adjust your character model to be missing a finger, for example. There's a lot of NPCs around this particular tavern as well.
Yes, it looks like one particular scholar dwarf is joining us.
Our characters came here and this is where they technically met, and then we came back another time and we met some other characters, didn't we?
We did, yes. We met a very frightened elementalist, and a few other unique characters.
There's some people over at the table RPing as well. So there's one named Kyria. We're going to look at her Mary Sue. And her description is there, a very nice description. It says currently she is studying a possible biological weapon, a little disconcerting. And then for her for her biography, it says find out in character, and her meta is a work in progress. And I think she's only a level 11, so she must have just started this character. Theron, let's look at your Mary Sue.
It is non-existent.
It is empty.
I haven't had the time to... Well, that's not true. Have had the time. I just haven't put in the time to complete it. Theron is still a relatively new character. So, just want to make sure that I'm comfortable with all the little details before I go into it. But really all I'll be doing is describing his physical appearance in a bit more detail, and maybe some meta details that are pertinent. But no backstories for me.
That's true. Some people really like to keep their backstories close and reveal them to people through roleplay, while other people really enjoy writing it all out on their Mary Sue or on the forums and sharing it with everybody. As long as people are responsible with their meta information, it's usually not a problem.
Right, there are positives to both. I personally ascribe to the, I don't know if you want to call it an RP philosophy, that if there is something about my character's background you want to know, then you'll get to know them through RP. But either way is, there's no wrong way to RP.
Later in the evening, it's usually much busier, but we wanted to come earlier and then head over to what is called the Noble Badger. It's a dimension that's player built, and they've been hosting a tavern night every week for probably a good 3 years. Maybe after the Noble Badger, we can go to the Tempest Bay Tavern, which is another fun tavern to meet people at and to RP at. I love that city too. Oh, isn't that Fenry the one we met here before?
Yes, do you see her?
I saw someone outside greeting her. So there's a lot of people RPing outside.
And Fenrir was the frightened elementalist that we met last time.
That's right. So perhaps on our way to the Noble Badger, we can walk outside and maybe say hi to Fenry.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see if she remembers us and how positive or negative her greeting is based on our last encounter. I'm afraid we've interrupted her conversation with Calameus.
Well, that is true, but she is standing right on the stairs to the entrance and exit of the tavern.
I think we can be forgiven this once. It would seem I've been promoted to a lord all of a sudden.
Well, that's what I introduced you as to her
Did you really?
time. Yeah. Alright, so we can say we RP walked all the way up to the Porticulum and ported over to the Badger. Right, so this is the Noble Badger, and it's been around for many years, holding tavern nights for players once a week. It's player built and player run. It's a really nice looking bar. Look at the crest above the bar there.
Yeah, the whole thing is actually really unique as far as the bars that I've seen so far.
Very much so. And then they have a second room over here, sitting room by a fireplace. It's really pretty.
Yes.
I really like that they have interactive books around. So this is an NPC bartender over on this side, and then this is a player. His name is Memnak. So Calides has seen, I think in my Mary Sue, that my character has the ability or the potential to be empathic. So he whispered me with some emotions that she might be feeling from him right now because she is empathic. And that's not to say that she can read everyone or anybody has to tell her, it's just if people see that trait in her and decide that they want to share, it can make the story more interesting. So that was nice of him to whisper me with that information. And that's another reason that the Mary Sue is so useful. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of conversations when you're in Tavern RP, isn't that so?
Yes, but I kind of like it.
What do you like about Tavern RP the best?
I like that there are multiple conversations, that it can be somewhat realistic. Some people really don't like walls of text floating past them. And honestly, this is pretty tame for some tavern RP, you know, when there's tons of people in here and it just seems to fly by.
True.
But I like it. I like interacting with all the different people and their different characters. It's just fun, I guess. Is that guy a tailor?
He is a tailor.
Well, okay. I'm gonna have to go visit him in character sometime then.
I'll ask him if he actually has a tailoring dimension that he uses that we can visit. He says he does have a dimension that he's using for his tailoring shop, but he's still building it. So I'll let him know that as soon as he gets it done, we'll have to go and RP with him and get some new outfits.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to have an RP session that would justify all the different suits that I've made for Theron.
Buck just whispered me. He said, I love RPing my big strong Buck making pretty dresses. I love that. He's always been a character who has been more on the peaceful side of things, from what I remember.
That's the Bami culture, right? I think.
I think so. They are always looking for the peaceful side of things. They do meditations and try to get in touch with their ancestors, things like that.
They're like bison. Gentle and yet enormous. Well, gentle unless you piss them off.
Yeah, I've known some Bami who also were not always looking for the peaceful side of things.
Right, yeah. Their size certainly does lend itself to not being so peaceful.
Lighty said he has lost his wife, who is Shiv, someone that Rivka used to know. And she was not ascended.
Oh my goodness. That's kind of sad. Not kind of, it is sad.
That's, yeah. The patient one that started as the Dustman, my character that I made a long time ago.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, they carried it through a story, which is really great.
Does that mean that you are directly responsible for this character's ultimate grief and struggle?
Oh, Sealy only. Not in character. I take no in-character responsibility, but out of character.
Nor should
yeah.
you.
Out of character, yes, I'm directly responsible for that. the grieving and distress of this character.
I do like the varying levels of intensity and conversation. You know, on one side of the bar you have this guy who's lost his wife, and on the other side you have talks about suits and tailoring, the joys and the variety of of tavern RP.
Yeah.
So how is your side of the conversation going?
Oh, it's going fine. I mean, there's not much you can say to a character who has gone through such trauma, right? And
certainly not in one sitting.
right, and it seems that the order he's in has brought a version of his wife over from another time thread because they're, for some reason, which I don't know the details, of course, think that this is the way to defeat the enemy, the villain, who is...
Oh my god!
And, of course, he's like, I have to look at her every day.
Right, yeah.
So...
that sounds incredibly, even more traumatizing than living in the first place.
They do look the same.
Yeah, they do kind of look like brothers up close.
In all all elves and Kalari, you know, you just want to throw them a sandwich. Like, eat something.
Get some meat on them bones.
Now, I don't know if Memnak is speaking to Rivka or to Har. He certainly could be speaking to both of us, because I think we've both had people try to set him on fire before.
Well, that certainly does say something about the character when having followers set them on fire could apply to multiple people, doesn't it?
Right.
I just switched to the stream for a moment, and it's uncanny how much they look alike. I think Mimnak maybe has a bit more eye makeup, but
Right, Memnak has some kind of tattoos or something around his eyes. I'm not sure if that's makeup or tattoos.
oh, fair enough. I suppose I haven't gotten too close to him yet.
It just says on his Mary Sue that his golden eyes are made bright by the dark markings around them.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, this outclasses most of the taverns that are actually in the game. But I think that could probably be said for most of the player-made dimensions. They really... the unlimited creativity of all of the different players makes for some incredible stuff. So I can't wait until we get to explore some of those in the stream.
Linkus, oh my goodness.
What a sassafras.
He's so cheeky. Memnak, I'm a lot more lively. Which is funny, since, you know, he's a vampire, or he was. I mean, can you stop being a vampire? I don't know. You never know. You never know with people's stories what crazy things can go on in RP, so...
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, in the other video games, there are ways to remove the curse, if it is a curse. But I've always been of the opinion that once you're a vampire, you get to walk that path until
you get that stake in your heart.
Stake in your heart. The sun decides to shine on you and give you a little tan. You get dropped in some running water.
And how's your conversation going over there?
Well, I think Linketh had his roguish moment, which was a lot of fun. Oh, what the fuck? Did you see him just appear? Or was that just me?
No, he just appeared. That was weird.
He did that before. Was that a twiddling thumbs animation?
It is. What is he doing? How's he? Oh, it's a waiting. That's like /wait.
Oh, I see. I think a voivode is like a Eastern European noble. I think that's actually what Vlad the Impaler was, the guy that Dracula was partially based on.
Oh.
See, she's making good use of the wolf armor.
It says Voivode is a title, not a name.
Well, that makes sense.
She is very
It is a title.
conspicuously a vampire. And does
Wait,
nothing...
what?
It says she is very conspicuously a vampire and does nothing to hide this fact unless doing so would threaten her existence.
Ooh, look at her. Okay, that's cool then. She's done her research on vampire history, I suppose. Well, real world history that's related to vampires. Did you see Sugiya whisper under her breath about the Primus?
Oh, awesome.
And have you set a date, a final date for when That will be the next one.
The Primus is Friday night.
Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And what time is it?
It is at 6 Pacific time, so that would be 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Perfecto mundo. Wonder what he'll be smoking. Do they have cigarettes in Talara, or does he have a pipe?
Oh, I think they would have anything. I think they would even have, like, tech cigarettes if you wanted them. You could roll your own cigarettes, use a pipe.
They got
Or
like
even a
Magitech e-cigarettes.
Well, I bet they would. I don't see why they wouldn't. Like
Sure, why not?
a Magitech pipe. That would be cool.
Yeah,
If Rivka was gonna smoke, she would smoke a Magitech pipe, that's for sure.
Well, what would be the difference between a Magitech pipe and a regular pipe?
Maybe it would be more efficient.
More efficiently
transport than the nicotine.
Yeah, exactly.
To your body. You know, as far as Ascended, I guess it doesn't matter any side effects of smoking, right?
That's a good question. Because they don't really... Yeah, their bodies would probably... Well, that begs the question, can Ascended even get drunk? Unless it's like a liquor specifically designed to affect Ascended.
Well, I don't know. I think it would be the same as for a regular person, but just like any other mage or magic wielder who has the ability to cleanse poison, you could probably cleanse the effects of alcohol from your system or someone else's system.
So if you're a healer or a life mage, you're saying you can drink in perpetuity?
Can you imagine someone coming in? I just wanna drink. I wanna feel the effects of alcohol, and then a mage sitting next to them just every few minutes.
Cleansing.
Ping, ping. Stop that! Oh yeah, Dwendy's not here. I wanted you to meet her. She is a necromancer that I know you would like to talk to.
Okay, I look forward to that as well.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to walk over you.
It's okay. I know we always have a habit of colliding whenever we walk next to each other anyway.
Yeah. And there is Linketh's pet.
Oh, goodbye, doggo.
He's cute.
I almost want to pet him, but I don't pet random dogs in real life unless I ask their owners so. And I think Theron is a lot more polite than I am.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. I don't tend to bow and call people Miss and Mister.
That would be funny in real life.
Yes, not that it's bad. But, there you go.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight, and we will see you next time on Let's RP and Rift.
Good night, everyone.